Listen to the vibes.
The views and opinions of our guests may not necessarily reflect those of the host or the Vibes Broadcast Network. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Listen to the Vibes. And I'm very privileged to have the one, the only Shaddow with me. He's a saxophone player, and best all of everything is that he's a fellow Texan. So, Shaddow, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing great. My brother. It's good to be here. Like you said, it's a privilege and an honor to be a Texan, a fellow Texan. You know, being from Dallas, Texas, the city that I've been born and raised in. It's, hey man, Dallas Cowboys, Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta love it.
And so but you're up around Arlington now, right?
Yep, absolutely. Like right next to the new baseball stadium that they built. You know, it's called the what do they call it? The Globe Life Center.
Oh, it's something like that.
Yeah, big, huge stadium. And it is right next to the old one. And they still use the old one for stuff, but it's like, man, this city has everything. They got the Cowboy Stadium, they got two baseball stadiums, you know, all this entertainment area. It's a great city to be in.
Man, have you been to Frisco to Pizza Hut Park?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Pizza Hut Park, I think they had FC Dallas came out there, the soccer team.
Yeah.
FC Dallas came out there and played, and we watched them play a game, and it was really good. I had a good time. Me and the family went out there. It was great.
My experience with Pizza Hut Park, went out there in 2010, and they had an all-day concert, and I went to go see Kiss, and I'd gotten the backstage meet and greet package, and so I got to actually meet Kiss there. It was a freaking blast, man. I had such a good time that day. And my Arlington experience, my old boss has a farm out that way. And anyway, he's got no central air or anything in that place. So you had to sleep with the windows open. Well, first night we're sitting there talking because no television out there either. And in the middle of the living room, there's a scorpion running across the floor. And so I didn't sleep the rest of the night. And the grasshoppers were swarming, and one of them flew in and landed on my face, and I thought it was a scorpion, and I mean, it freaked me the hell out. Yeah, I didn't sleep the whole time I was there.
Man, that's wild. Window wide open. That's crazy. At least they have a screen, you know what I'm saying? Because I grew up in the country too. Like my grandpa stayed out in Sulphur Springs, Texas, and my mom's family stayed out in Linden, Texas, by Texarkana.
Mm-hmm.
Same type of setup. No AC, you know, farmland out back, you know, pigs, you know, stuff growing. You know, they churning butter. But, you know, my big mom, she had screens. So we had the big, huge grasshoppers too. Mm-hmm. We had, you know, occasionally, like it's rare we saw a scorpion, but every once in a while. But we had screens to catch them. You see that the grasshopper just pop up on the screen. But if that screen wasn't there, boom, right in your face.
Oh man, the tales we could tell, right?
Yep.
So you are a saxophone player, and I was reading a little bit about some of your musical influences and a lot of stuff that I listened to growing up, you know, Stevie Wonder, that kind of thing. But tell me, what made you pick up the saxophone?
Oh, this is a good story right here. So, like I said, you know, I grew up listening to, you know, Stevie Wonder and guys like Al Jarreau and
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie Laws. And so all those records my parents used to play, right? My parents, um, uh, back when I was young, they were fighting a lot of getting divorced, but the only time I see them happy was when they were listening to like those type of records. Most of the
Mm.
time, when they weren't fighting, they were listening to that music. So I was like, man, if that makes them happy, maybe I could pick up something like that. So I picked up like the first saxophone we got out of a pawn shop, and it was a Ronnie Laws album called Pressure Sensitive that I used to love listening to. He got a song called Tidal Wave, and all the rappers use that sample all the time in their songs now. But like I remember that thing it sounded so good. And all he was doing was playing like long notes, and I was like, I could do that. And that was my motivation. I just wanted to like uh, generate some happiness. And so uh, after we got the saxophone at the pawn shop, I was just trying to figure it out on my own for a while. And then by the time I got to high school, I finally got some private lessons and really got some training on how to really work the horn. But yeah, like the reason I got into it was I wanted to generate some happiness around my family, and it was really like therapy too. It was therapy. Back then I had asthma, and so when I picked up the saxophone, the doctor actually said it's helping you cure your asthma. I
Oh
ended up
wow.
growing. Yeah, I grew out of asthma because of all the breathing. Because you got to do breathing exercises when you learn how to play. You got to learn how to breathe correctly. So that forced my body to adjust. And so yeah, that's the story of how I got into playing saxophone.
And you realize how amazing it is that music transcends so much that you can use it to bring some joy between people that are fighting, like you said. Um, I'd watch those clips of back in the 50s and the 60s when there'd be a concert going on and you'd see like the group would be mixed. Kids you didn't normally see hanging out together, they were dancing and singing and having a good time because of music. I think,
Right.
man, we need more of that out in this world right now.
You really do. Especially now, like all the bad stuff that's going on in the world with
Hmm.
inflation and the C word, like you were saying earlier, like wars and all this crap.
Hmm.
Music is the antidote, man. Music is the antidote for a lot of that stuff.
God, it's nothing like getting with a group of people and listening to music, all the cares and worries in the world going away, and all you're doing is in the moment, listening to what's going on that stage.
Yeah, yeah. It
Man.
takes it takes you out of the. It's like because our minds, man, like we're so stressed about what's gonna happen in the future. Oh shit, can I pay my rent? Oh man, this right here is gonna happen. Oh, what happened in the past? It brings you to the present, and it keeps you in the present moment because that's all we ever have is really now. And so, like, once you're in that present moment, you're vibing. Like you said, you just enjoying the moment.
Hmm. So for those out there that don't know you, tell us about your music and what exactly is your main genre.
So I would say to start off, my main genre started off as being strictly jazz. But like I say in a lot of my punchlines, I'm like a modern day Louis Armstrong, or so I'm doing. I could play the horn, but I could also, deliver a vocal performance. And so what that does is I get a chance to mix different styles of music, such as jazz, R&B, hip hop, funk music, like you'll see with James Brown, you know, uh, you know, sometimes flow like a Jay-Z. Like if a Jay-Z met James Brown and John Coltrane, you would have me. So you take some of that and a little bit of electronic dance music too on some of my tracks. So um, you mix all that together, you'll get my sound.
Uh,
Uh,
More of an
yeah,
avant-garde type mixture of music.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what jazz is. Jazz is like a mixing pot of different styles that kind of got crystallized into the art form. So, and you get a lot of stuff that stems from the jazz art form. You got rock and roll and the blues came out of jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so, like, me knowing that, taking that history lesson, studying music, I'm like, well, since I started with jazz, that gives me a creative license to take whatever I want and mix it in here,
Oh yeah.
So, but I always tell people I'll start with jazz and then I just branch out from there.
Do you like Frank Zappa?
Yeah, Frank Zappa's dope. I like him.
Oh yeah, he'll mix some jazz sometimes with his music, but you can't tie him down to any specific genre. He's put so much stuff. I mean, he would take reggae and 50s doo-wop and mix it together, you know?
Yeah, brilliant.
How about
Brilliant.
you like Funkadelic,
Oh yeah, Parliament
Parliament?
Funkadelics. Yeah, Funkadelics. George Clinton. Yeah, yeah.
Man, that's the kind of stuff I like. It's because it's different. Frank
Yeah.
Zappa, Parliament, I love that stuff. And it's not mainstream.
But it's like historic and classic, and a lot of the mainstream artists get their ideas from stuff like that. Like
Hmm.
I said, they'll take the samples and then put like a beat on top of it and then call it a song. But no, you took a portion of what was already made by Frank Zappa, Parliament Funkadelics, Shy Lights, man, Earth, Wind and Fire. They take a lot of samples from them. You know,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
that stuff is like you said, it's not mainstream, but it's got a lot of roots in it.
Oh yeah. So many people that get their influences from those bands. You hear, oh yeah, man, my influence was the Beatles or the Rolling Stones or, what? No, those were the real influences because they really taught you to be different, be yourself.
Absolutely. And we got to remember that, like in the world where everything is like a carbon copy and, everything, it seems like originality is not celebrated anymore. Everything is digital. I mean, digital, there's a lot of
Mhm.
originality in digital, but um, me and my partners call them microwave artists because they just, copy and pasted something else just because it makes money.
Mhm.
So, but one thing they don't do is celebrate originality. They just go with what works, what makes the most money.
Yeah, that's the main line right there is to show me the money. It's like being on social media. You gotta post at a certain time and everybody posts the same kind of stuff, you got to be dressed like this and you got a wad of cash in a car behind you, blah 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 blah, the same old same old same old. Everybody's doing it, and that's the way music seems to be now. Everybody's doing the same thing. I walk into some place and they're playing a song, and it to me it sounds just like the same one that just played 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, microwave music. It's the
Hmm.
same stuff. And the radio, like you can't even hear originality on the radio. They play like the same couple of songs every hour and on
Yep.
repeat.
Exactly. The same old, same old. Well, and I've mainly been featuring artists on my show that are more avant-garde that you are not going to really hear on top 40 radio. And but I appreciate that. I don't like the status quo. Never have. I'm always been that, the freak in the corner, listen to what not what everybody else is listening to. Speaking of being different, tell me about the Shadow Riders.
So the Shadow Riders is my fan club. Now that it's a history lesson behind that that goes way back to when I was in Japan. So for those that don't know my history, I used to play in the U.S. Army band. So I was a saxophone player for them. And so when I was doing that, I got stationed in Japan. And while I was over there, the movie Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift came out. So that's the only like Fast and Furious that it celebrated the Japanese car culture. And I was there when that movie premiered. And actually before that movie came out, I was already kind of initiated into the Japanese car culture. It was guys that were into tuning their cars. I used to go to their garage. They had a garage on base, and there was some Japanese guys there working as the mechanics. And I bought this. I bought this Honda Civic for $500 from another soldier. And I used to, at the time I was married. I'm not no more, but my wife at the time, she's like, "Why you get that piece of junk? It's a piece of crap." Da, 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 So I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fix it up. It's gonna be like something for me to wind down." So I used to go to the garage and hang out with these guys, these Japanese guys. And so after they saw like how serious I was about fixing the car up, they started hooking me up with tips. They were like, "Hey, if you go to this junkyard over here on this corner of this street, they got the best parts. You get them refurbished." And I go get them and come back, and they showed me how to put it on. And before you know it, I had rebuilt that car, and this will tell you how good it looked and how good it sounded, how good it drove. My wife at the time, I had bought her like one of those little mini cars, real nice joint, kind of like a Mini Cooper, but a Japanese version, right? She drive that thing all over the place. And I was stuck with this car that was, a POS. She thought it was a piece of shit. Excuse my French. I don't know if I can cuss on the show.
That's okay.
So this will tell you how good I fixed it up. One day she comes in there and says, "Hey, I'm going to the store. I'm going to take your car." I said, "What?" I said, "No, you're not. No, you're not." She said, "I'm just gonna go." I said, "Why you want to take my car? It's a piece of junk, right?" "Well, no, I said, "No, take yours." and, and so I took that car, and I used to go hang out with the Japanese guys, just like in the movie. And we started a car club, and we called it Shadow Riders, because everybody, because I used to go gigging out in Tokyo when I wasn't working for the army band. And I told them my name, my alias. I said Shaddow. And so the car guys knew about it. So they used to come and support me. And so since there was Shaddow and we riding cars, we just put the two together, Shadow Riders. And so it started out as a car club, but I went ahead and adopted it as my fan club as well. So I just called all my fans Shadow Riders. And the name took off from there.
But I just thought, well, this guy came up with a cool name for his fans, and didn't realize you had such a history behind it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. Like the ones that were there at the beginning, they can vouch for me. And so now, as a fan base grows globally, I decided to just call it Shadow Riders Army. That's what this T-shirt is. This is like the fan club T-shirt. And so, like at the very top here on the little circle, it's got SRA, which says Shadow Riders Army. And so, uh, after, because at first we came out with like a different shirt for the car club, and you can still get those. That the car club part of Shadow Riders still exists, and so that has its own life. But as time went on and I focused more on the music, I was like, the fan club needs to have an identity and a brand. So we came up with this design. And so Shadow Riders Army is the evolution of Shadow Riders. So
That's a
yeah,
pretty cool story, man.
yeah.
Uh, tell me about your fans. Or what are they like?
So my fans, they pretty much like all the stuff I like. So I always tell them, hey, if besides my music, if you want to get to know me, if you're a fan of mine, you know I like JDM cars, so they like that. I can really get into Star Wars, so my fans are into science fiction. We get into anime, we watch Japanese animation, you know, hanging out, uh, playing video games. A lot of my guys, they're into gaming and esports, and so you get a bunch of people who have the same interests as me in a room, and the thing that brings everybody together is the music first. But then when they want to get to know me more, then I just invite them into everything that I'm into. So I mean, you got guys from all walks of life. Guys that are into gaming. Here in Dallas, it's a couple of guys that I hang out with, and then you have people on the other side of the globe. You got people still in Japan and Korea who are my fans, and they're still into that stuff. So we got people from all over the world. Um, the power of the internet, we're able to just get together and hang out on social media. Uh, we have a Discord channel for those of you that don't know Discord. Discord is like it's like a social media platform that's private just for your group. So like if you have like a group chat, uh, like a fan club portal, Discord is really good for that. So like we got people from all over the world just hanging out.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
and so what I want to do, like once we build up the fan club, the online fan club big enough, I want to start doing um, special events just for them in certain cities. Houston came up as like because I got some fans in Houston right now, and they brought it up. They were like, "Man, you gotta come down here and do something in Houston." So I was like, "All right, we have to find a venue, and we'll just do something for Shadow Riders." You know, and if other people want to come, they can. But for the fan club, that's what I'm gonna do for them.
And what was it like to have fans? I mean, I've always wondered. I've never asked anybody that question. What does it feel like to have people that are your fans?
Man, well, when you are an indie artist, like when you're like avant-garde and you're not mainstream,
Hmm.
having fans is really like having like an extended family, which means um, they don't come in big droves like major artists do. With major artists, they have a big machine behind them that just
Hmm.
pulls in people. But when you're an indie artist, you get a fan. It's like one fan at a time, one fan at a time. And when you get that one fan, it's like you have a relationship that you just started, like an intimate relationship with a person, kind of like with a business, like a dry cleaning company. You go to your favorite dry cleaner, you get to know that dry cleaner, and you always go back to that one because you like it. You know, so when they come back to me, it's like an obligation to serve them, and um, it's like it's not a whole like at the moment it's not a huge fan base, but each one of them is like a blessing, man. And it's like they may not buy all of your out. Like there's one fan, that's what she did. She bought every single album I got,
Wow.
and that's how she supported. But then you get uh, other fans like my homie Josh. I know him by his first name. He's like the hype man. He'll go out and help promote. You know, I got a special thing where like if they want to if my fans want to promote the Shadow Riders brand, like they can like sign up for affiliate, and I'll share money with them. Like I'll share half of my profits with them. Like if like Josh, I was just talking to him on Instagram. He likes to DM me on Instagram, and he FaceTimed me, and he was telling me, "Hey man, I signed up for the thing," and he's like, "I'm gonna tell everybody about this." But he didn't buy any music, but he's helping promote the brand. So like if he sells a shirt, like if somebody clicks on his link and they buy a shirt because he's excited about the fan club, he'll get money and I'll get money. So we share. And so like I have different relationships with each fan. And you know, I got guys that they like the music, but they like going to car meets. And so they'll tell me, okay, yeah, there's a meet over here you should go to. Like it's a brick. Like they know where all the secret car meets are at. Like there's this bridge over here by so and so, and you go under the bridge and you turn the corner, and that's where the car meet is. They'll tell me where stuff is like that, and they'll go and they'll talk about Shadow Riders when they go. If I can't make it, they talk about Shadow Riders.
Oh wow.
And then when I can make it, hey, it's a family thing. Like we did we did a photo shoot for a spinoff. So I have I call them the Shadow Riders image girls, right? So some some beautiful ladies, right, who support me. They still friends. We did a photo shoot with them in front of some of these souped up cars, and it was at this location that nobody knows about, but it like all the car club people know about this location. So um, if they didn't rock with me, they wouldn't tell me where that was. And we got to use that whole area. Nobody charged us for it. We had free reign of the whole area, and it has some of the coolest graffiti shots. Like the buildings are, they have like graffiti painted on them, and it's like trees in the backdrop. It's a bridge over here. It's a road over here. There was cars everywhere, and I mean, they were doing burnouts in the background, and it was awesome. Like while they were having fun, it was like one guy they know was when he was shooting the music video over there with these other cars, and we were over here doing a photo shoot with our girls in our cars representing Shadow Riders, and it was like this hard. It was like the movie. It was like I was in a Vin Diesel Fast and Furious movie. It was just like that. It was just like that. Now, if they weren't fans and if I didn't have a relationship with them like that, they wouldn't tell me where that was. So it's it's different. It's like it's really like you have a network of people that support you in different ways. If I could answer that in one sentence, that's what having a fan is.
Well, I know, especially for the independent artists out there, it it's a little more difficult to, build that following. But I will say this, that there's a few mainstream artists that I like to listen to, but here lately I've gotten so much more into the independent artists because I don't know, man. You see how everything is getting political and all that garbage. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I get political in my personal life, but I don't want to go to the movies and hear a political message. I don't want to put on a record and I mean, I get it. You had your Bob Dylans and other bands like that they had a political message, but you knew that going into it. But you've got bands that you've been following for a long time. It was all about having a good time, and now all of a sudden they've decided to get political. Your sports, your comic books, everything's gotten to be so political, and I'm trying to escape that, you know. And then
right.
the independent artist comes around and says, I just want to give you a product that makes you happy and enjoy the music itself. Or I just want to give you a movie that you can just enjoy the movie for what it is, and there's not a message behind it. The comic books. I just recently got into God, I forget what the band's name is, but the guy's name's Eric July. In fact, he's around your area. And anyway, I've listened to his music. I'm not a into rap and hip hop and all that, but he's got some good heavy metal stuff that's mixed in with all that. So I enjoy listening to him. He's got a comic book that just come out. It's just about a superhero, There's no agenda behind it. And so I've gravitated more to the independent artists. Uh-oh. Where'd we go? Are you there? Oh, there you are. Lost
Sorry
you.
about that.
That's all right.
Yeah, I had a interruption. Another call tried to come in. I said everything to do not disturb, but sometimes stuff slips through the cracks. But
Yeah. So I appreciate the independent artists so much more for just giving me some enjoyment in my entertainment. I mean, is that why you like being that independent? You let me give you some music.
yeah, I want to create a world. That's why and it's cool that you talked about the heavy metal band that does the comic book, because I did the same thing. I want to create a world, like a make-believe world where you can escape to if you want. You um and it's music in it, it's movies in it, it's comic books in it. And yeah, like I want to create some escapism and some joy, some escapism and joy so when you leave your 9 to 5, you got something to go to that can cheer you up. Or, like if you going through a breakup and you need somebody to help you get through a breakup, hey, I'm your brother, man. I've been through it too. Here's what I went through. You know, if you're mad about something, it don't have to be political. It could be anything. You know,
Well,
help you get through that.
I think this is the perfect time for the independent artists because people are looking for an alternative to the garbage that we've been getting spewed out. What we talked about earlier, some of the music is the same. It's the same formula. It's almost sounds the same. Come from a microwave.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. That's what we call it, microwave music. Microwave music.
I
That's
think
all
it's
it is,
perfect
man.
time. I do. I think this is the perfect time for the independent artists, but it's still difficult. Um, so tell me about some of the difficulties you faced in building up what you're doing.
Man, just like the resources and the money to keep going. That's like the biggest thing, is just like figuring out how to continue coming out with quality art, quality music, um, even though you may not be getting the money that you need to live on, or really, sometimes sustain yourself, or take your projects to the next level. You got to be really creative on solving the solution of working with just a little bit, just working with what you have to still give people something that they can enjoy. And man, that's tough. And a lot of people give up because it's so hard. You know what I'm saying? Because that that money issue. But like you said, um, now is one of the greatest times to be an independent artist, because of cryptocurrency and the digital age. I talk about this a lot. And one artists was calling me a big brother because like they're getting a lot of ideas off of what I'm doing.
Mhm.
So before cryptocurrency, it was almost impossible to keep going. A lot of times I felt like giving up. I was like, damn, it's too hard. Everybody said, hey, you should just give that up and just work a real job, or all kinds of stuff, right? Whole bunch of adversity. Close friends and family, like, man, you kind of it's a pipe dream, But once cryptocurrency showed up, oh man, that changed the game. That changed the game. Man, that changed the game because now all the traditional avenues that the old style music industry put in place are obsolete. You know, it happened with Napster. So streaming, streaming is good, but crypto is so much better because you don't have to wait uh, CD Baby or any DSP to distribute your music. You can take your songs and you can distribute them yourself on one of these they call them decentralized platforms, and you can release your music whenever you want. And the fans, they can buy it easily with cryptocurrency. It's just they push a button and they bought it. So I feel like now somebody was telling me it's like when you buy uh back in the days they had vinyl records because artists still come out with vinyl records as collectibles. But with cryptocurrency, they have they call them NFTs, and it's basically a digital vinyl record.
Oh
You
wow.
can you can release your song as an NFT, and you can press up, you can automatically press up as many copies as you want. I did one there, like I pressed up one, and it was like 1,000 copies, and people can buy it for about like it's a single, and they can buy it for the equivalent of about $1.50, right? And so a bunch of those, and here's the other cool part: when they sell the money, you don't have to wait 2 to 3 months to get your money because when you get your like when you get your streams from Spotify and Apple Music and all those other things, you get the streams, yeah, but it takes them. They have to run their bookkeeping and report, and that takes 2 to 3 months. So you got the stream 2 to 3 months ago, but the money shows up in your bank account after that time, and
Mm-hmm.
they send you the check. Like you can have them do direct deposit or whatever, but you have to wait all that time for that money that you worked hard. You went to the studio, you spent hundreds of dollars to get the song recorded, get the song mixed, do a music video, do all that stuff, and you probably spend a little bit of money to market the song, market the music video. Then you get the streams, right? People like it. They stream it a few thousand times, right? So they earn like $100, $200. You have to wait 2 months for that check. But
Yeah.
with crypto, it's immediate. It's immediate. It's so awesome to see that happen. You'll see you'll see the notification pop up on your computer screen. Um, you can have I have ways to set it up on my phone, but it's always cool. You see the notification, so and so bought your record, so and so bought your record, and you check your crypto, your wallet, your crypto wallet is right there. The money's there. It is instant. The minute they buy it, a couple seconds later, the money's in your crypto account. It's fucking awesome. It totally it totally changes the game. And so it used to be so hard. It used to be so hard. But now, hey, I preach this to any independent artist out there. If you're watching this interview, man, go get you a crypto wallet. Go sign up for where I'm making the most sales is a website called Object, and they use a cryptocurrency called Tezos. Set up your stuff. You can get your get your song as an MP3. You upload it to the platform, and you upload the cover art, your album art on top of that. You click the button, it uploads it. Boom! You set your price. You can set your price to whatever you want. You can set your price to $5 a single if you want to, and people buy it. That's the crazy thing. People buy it. It's like you feel like the old music industry made us feel like such crap. Like, damn, I spent $1,000 to make this song, this art. I did all the things y'all told me to do. I registered it with all the organizations. I did everything you told me, and I can't even get $1 for my song. Somebody buys it on Apple for 99 cents. Apple takes 30 cents and gives me 59 cents. I got 59 cents. That's all I get. And you make me wait 2 to 3 months for my 59 cents.
Mm-hmm. Most of them, you have to get at least $100 before they'll even release that money.
Right. Makes artists feel like crap. Makes us feel like shit. Like what we did. They should be paying us like you pay lawyers and doctors because we healed the human condition. But 59 cents. Throw all that out the door. All you need is a crypto wallet now, and you take your same song that you worked hard to create. You put it out you put it out, you release it, you control everything. You just got to learn a little bit about how to upload NFTs to platforms. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing because when you submit your song to one of these DSPs, what you have to do, you have to fill out a form. You have to give them the file. You have to give them the cover art. You do the same thing. But this way, if you do it the crypto way, you just do it yourself. It's on a website, and they can listen to the music. They can listen to the music right there, just like they do on Spotify. It's the same thing. But now they can just buy it straight directly from you instantly, and the money comes in your account instantly. Instantly. Wow. And you can make as much as you want. I did a oh man, don't get me started about collaborations. So this is the coolest thing I ever. This has happened like a month ago. Mm-hmm. It was me, and it was another artist producer from Atlanta, and a hip hop dancer, like a b-boy dancer. So the b-boy he did like a visual, and me and the other guy did the music. And we put that together and we made a single. And it was a limited edition. So there's only one copy of it. So the guy puts it out on the crypto platform and he runs an auction for it. Guess how much money we made off of that auction?
I hate to ask, but how much?
One song, one single. There's only one copy. You can't get 1,000 copies nowhere else, nowhere. And he gave the master recording to the person who won the auction. One song, 3 guys, sold at auction for 400 Tezos, which is about $630 US. Wow. One song. We split it 3 ways. It was awesome. I was like, man. And they gave us like an extra $20 on top of that with the because you get royalties as well. You get the crypto blockchain automatically tracks royalties. So if that guy who won it at auction, let's say, he enjoyed it, he already has the masters. So he sells the NFT to somebody else for, I don't know. He bought it for 400, or I'll say $600. Let's say he puts it back out on the auction market, and they buy it from him for 1,000. Mm-hmm. We get a cut of that. We get like a small royalty. So he sold it for 1,000. I think our royalty is like 10%. So even he sold to somebody else, but we get a 10% royalty, which is $100, and it keeps going. It's like it's so awesome. Uh, and the major industry hate it. They hate it. They
Oh, I'm
hate it.
sure.
They hate it. They
And
hate it
people are
because
looking for an alternative to the economic system that we've got currently, you know. So I know a lot of people that have gotten into the crypto. We've got an investment in a couple of crypto. I don't remember what it is. Don't ask me. It's through my wife's work, but I mean, everybody's looking for that parallel economy.
yeah, it's here. And brother, I'm telling you, it's a way out for independent artists to actually make a good living. I was able to pay a couple bills with that money. Usually
Wow.
I have to wait. I have to wait a while till it builds up, and then I can take it out and use it. But I went to the store because like that week was like it was a tough week financially. I was cutting corners. We
Yeah.
sold that auction and we announced it on Twitter, right? So Twitter has Twitter Spaces, and so uh, one of my buddies, a fan of mine, he has a big audience on Twitter. So he got on there. He said, "Man, we got to celebrate. We got to get on Twitter Spaces." And we announced it. Big uproar on Twitter, and we can't believe it. We like me and Yoshi is the other guy, and Tech is the other guy. We're like, man, I can't believe it. Can you believe that? Man, yeah, it's real. I look my account. It's got the money in there. Hold up, let me see if I can withdraw some. Yep, I withdrawed it and put it on my card. Yeah, it's on my card, man. I'm finna go buy some. It's real. It's real. I got like a whole big ass bag of groceries, all for crypto. I was like, oh yeah, game changer. Game changer.
Man.
And the fans love it. They love it. They get it. They feed off of your excitement when you win. It's great. It's fucking awesome. It's awesome. It's
Man.
awesome.
And see, I feel like we need that alternative as well. I mean, I don't know that a whole bunch about crypto yet. So we just started investing in it, I don't know, a few months ago. But it's like this world, and I don't want to get political here. I really don't. But let's face it, that's what we're bombarded with every day. It's like this country is gonna split. You're gonna have to have some kind of alternative to the dollar bill. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not backed by anything right now except everybody's just supposed to trust this piece of paper.
Yeah.
Well,
It's backed by thin air.
exactly, exactly. So, you know, if that's what our future is going to come to, I mean, y'all are already doing it. It's
Yeah.
pretty exciting.
Yeah. We're there because the other way wasn't working. The dot like the you have so many gatekeepers at all the entry and exit points for the artist to eat. This system has been set up so well to make sure the artist gets paid last out of everybody
Yeah.
else. Everybody else in that food chain of the machine we call the music industry is leeching off the creative person. You got the records exec, the AR guy, the tour guy, the manager, the legal guy, all these different pieces of the puzzle. They basically attach to the artist and drain his energy. Like if you take the artist out of it, they don't have a business.
Mm-hmm.
And they have set the system up with the dollar. You like it's so much gatekeeping. You can't even get to the money unless you gotta get some permission from a third party. It's like, man, you guys set up this unfair system for the common man. What you expect? It's gonna eventually fall.
Mm-hmm.
And when something better comes along, it's gonna wipe it out. So what they're trying to do, they're distracting a lot of us, you know, with this divide thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great way to keep you distracted while they figure out how to get the system to work better. It's a great way to keep you distracted.
Yep.
And they certainly want to keep you distracted so you don't find out about this alternative way to take care of your basic needs and your sustain yourself using crypto. They don't want you to know about that. The banks are going to tell you. The banks are going to tell you it's a scam the whole time. They're buying the most of it. Man, don't get me started. The banks, they were saying for a long time, all this crypto stuff is a scam. Da, 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 da. So now what they're resorting to is telling you, oh, it's against regulation for you to buy it. They're trying to scare you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard that too.
But behind closed doors, they're buying it up. They're creating their own versions of the stuff. And I was like, man, these guys are, you know, they're really wicked. But if if you do just a little bit of research, and if you're just a little bit of an entrepreneur, and you got a little bit of smarts, you're gonna find out they're lying. They're lying to the masses, using general media. But if you use it's funny you say alternative artists. If you listen to alternative artists and you listen to alternative media, independent media is talking about this stuff all day. Like, hey, invest in Bitcoin, get this type of
Mm-hmm.
crypto wallet, do this, do that, NFTs, da, 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 talking about how much money is being made, the actual facts, the facts. But they're not going to tell you about that. Mainstream media, the banks, no, 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 no. Because you know why? They have to get, like you said, the system with the regular dollar is broken. So they know this. So they're like, okay, we have to get into position because we can't beat them with crypto. So we're going to join them. So we're going to get into position to where we can hoard all the crypto and hand it out to people through us.
And that the way it's been forever and ever. Every time a system's in place, who's the one that always wants to get in on the ground and be able to just dole it out themselves?
Yeah, this is what they're trying to do with crypto. A lot of people don't know. And I can already see the signs. They're trying to gatekeep how music artists operate with these music cryptos. They're coming out with these platforms that are heavily gatekeeped. They like, I'm used to being a scrapper. Like I'm out here moving and grooving, meeting people, shaking hands, kissing babies, being an entrepreneur. So I found the freedom route. I found the way that allows me to have true freedom. You know, what America was built on, freedom. I could do that without them gatekeeping my crypto because I learned how to do it myself. And so what they're trying to do now, they're trying to come in with these new websites that are heavily monitored, gatekept. They want to get all your information. They want to get all your biometric information. There's no need. If you know how to do it, they don't have to get involved. All you need is you and your fans. Your fans, if they don't know how to use it, you teach them. You show them how to do it. And once they learn, a lot of fans, they're happy because, they got their little music NFT, their little music crypto thing. They listen to music, but they figure out another way to use the crypto that they made to increase their investment. And they start getting into more stuff. They get excited. So, yeah, man, the institution, bad deal. They try it, but it's not going to work.
I mean, you see Elon Musk, not only is he, heavily invested into it, you can go buy you a Tesla with crypto.
With Bitcoin, right?
Exactly. So I haven't quite gotten it down yet, but I'm learning.
Yeah,
But I'm an old fart, so it takes me a little longer to learn all this new stuff.
yeah, I get that. I see, I listen to my fans because they said and it's not even like younger ones. It's not even about age. They didn't know was what the deal was, and so this is part of the responsibility obligation to my fans. I went and found courses that they can take to learn about everything from A to Z,
Oh
and
wow.
I put it on my website. So if they want to go take the course, I put the link in my website, my link tree. Like it's in my Podmatch bio. It's in my bio. Like you click on my website link. All it is a list of different links to get all my stuff. And one of them is a course about crypto. And I had to do that. I was just talking to a guy the other day. We're friends on Twitter, and he wanted to buy my music, but he didn't understand crypto. And he was like, I want to tell other people, but I like, what if they want to learn? I was like, here's the course, man. Just go take this course because he was asking me a bunch of questions. And I was like, yeah, I could sit down and go with go over it with you, but my time I can't sit down with you the whole day. I'm moving and grooving. So, you know, if you just take a course, get educated, get yourself self-educated, instead of me just giving you a fish, I'm teaching you how to do your own fishing.
Right.
By you just learn how to do it. And so yeah, that's like one of the obligations to my fans, man. Like, you got to be a leader and show them the way a little bit.
I'm gonna put your links in the description of this interview. But what is your website?
So you go to shadowmusic.com, spelled SHADDOWMUSIC.com. That's my official website.
And what all social media do you have?
So you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, every social media platform out there under Shadow Music. So it's the same it's the same handle across all socials. So it's the same as my website. It's Shadow Music on Twitter, Shadow Music on Facebook, Shadow Music on Instagram, Shadow Music on TikTok. And I know it's so many social media platforms,
I
but
know, man. I know. And I can't keep up with all of it.
yeah,
Well, and I'm assuming if they want to buy your music, they can just go to shadowmusic.com.
yep, they could go straight to shadowmusic.com website. If they want to if they want to just go straight to the NFT page, they could go to a crypto social media. It's Rarible / Shadow Music. So Rarible is like a crypto social media platform, and I put all my NFTs over there.
Mm.
So Rarible is spelled RARIBLE.com / Shadow Music.
Now, what if you have somebody out there's like, I don't mess with that. I just want to pay you cash for it. Can they still do that?
Yeah, just go to shadowmusic.com, and I got a merch section. They just click on there and you can buy my albums directly on the site with cash.
I know there's going to be somebody out there. Hey, I got to check this out, and I want them to know that there's alternatives. Shadow, fellow Texan, fellow Cowboys fan. Thank you, man, for your time and coming on and sharing some of your time with us. And I wish you all the best, all the luck in the world, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. I really had a great time talking.
I appreciate that. And for all of you out there, if you are new to the channel, I thank you for stopping by. I hope you'll come back. To all of you, please hit the subscribe button. My regulars out there, thank you for your support. It's because of you I get to do this. And I get great people like Shaddow here on. And until the next one, everyone, please take care and be kind to one another. God bless and peace.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Listen to the Vibes. You can catch us on Buzzsprout or wherever you listen to your favourite podcasts, and on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook at The Vibes Broadcast Network